All right, so Thursday night football is upon us, and some people in the media are calling this the old man bowl, and I can't say I disagree, but I do think this is going to be fun. It's early Thursday morning right now, and I'm going to try to get you guys out of here in under 15 minutes if I can. I do got about 5 plays for you tonight, possibly a 6 that I just kind of feel good about, but the data doesn't support it at all. That's becoming a trend, but those usually hit. Yeah, I got to get to the office this morning and, give some quarterly reviews to people that are going to pretend to want to be better. And then I also have to sit there and pretend that I think they're capable of being better, but got to pay the bills somehow, right? So yeah, if you played the plays from Sunday, just a quick recap, because like I said before, I don't really do a whole bunch of recaps. We just kind of win and keep it moving. With the exception of Breece Hall and Tyquan Thornton. We had a good day. We still had a winning day, but zeros is crazy, right? Like I really, really felt good about Tyquan Thornton on Sunday night. And I don't know what happened there. Like it just didn't go to plan, at least for me. Our statistically speaking best bet of Sunday cashed easily. Alec Pierce, shout out to him again. He's been one of my little go-to money guys for a couple years now. You will see him on the show, regularly, just because Vegas still very much undervalues his props. So as long as we can take advantage of that, we're going to do that. So yeah, moving into this real quick, just because I said I want to keep it under 15 minutes and I'm already rambling. Statistically speaking, for tonight, I'm going to go to a place that I went before, got laughed at, and then won. So I'm going back there again, but let me get the stats out of the way. Yes, I am taking Aaron Rodgers rushing yards prop. It's over 1.5. It's plus 112 right now on FanDuel. Let me give you the stats. The stats are he's averaging 2.4 rushing yards a game. I do understand that there's an outlier game in there, but every time I've taken this prop, I've hit it with him. But the real reason is, let me explain it this way. Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy that goes into a room and sizes up every other alpha he thinks is in the room. I know this because I'm kind of that guy too, but here's the difference between me and Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers probably got drafted, went to Green Bay, showed up at the facilities the first day, looked at that dude that we don't speak of no more because it gets weird, looked at him and probably thought, he ain't really like that. That's just how Aaron Rodgers is built, right? So knowing that going into tonight's football game, it's him versus the other old dude, Aaron Rodgers is probably going to go out of his way to prove that, like, I'm old, but I'm not like that old. I'm not like him. You see what I'm saying? So I think he is going to really, really want to show the difference between, like, his old and Joe Flacco's old. And I know that sounds stupid and there's no stat to back it up. Besides the fact, I just took a shower. I swear to God, I'm not sweating. But yeah, my hair is dripping everywhere. Yeah, there's no real stats to back that up. It's just everything that I know about Aaron Rodgers tells me that that type of shit is important for him. And when you've played football as long as he has, I guess you kind of need things like this, games like this, matchups like this to not get up for it because, you're a professional athlete. But if it can add a little more meaning, I think that's important. And I think that's very important to Aaron Rodgers. I think he very much wants people to know that he's an alpha male and the things that he's doing at his age ain't really like the rest of them. Now, what I expect to happen is I expect that he is going to get loose probably at some point in the fourth quarter and take off. He's going to feel like he's running down the sideline for a 25-yard gain, looking like Lamar Jackson. In reality, he's probably going to get like 6 yards and actually look more like Kareem Biggums. But we don't care because, still cash is us and feel how you feel, A-Rod, just because, you actually might still be him. There's a chance. And tonight would be the time you would probably get to show that. Now, moving forward, I'm going to run through the rest of my picks. I may not I'll give you the data on why I chose what I chose, but like as far as the commentary, again, this is Thursday Night Football. We're doing this in the morning just because I wanted to get some picks. I'm fresh out the shower. I got water and shit still running everywhere. It's nuts in here this morning, but I'm going to give you the rest of these picks. That way you have time to get them in. I do want to break here just for a second to say I appreciate the social media support that I've gained over the last week. Of course, we're still growing. We're new to the YouTube thing. We essentially doubled our subscribers in 1 week. And I know that's not much because we don't have that many, but that shit means a lot to me. I've been doing podcasting for a long time, but this have to be social thing and the video things and all the new aspects of it is new to me. And yeah, I really do appreciate the support that we got there. If you're not subscribed to the podcast on YouTube, please go and do that. If you're still listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you know the usuals. I still do appreciate that. You do not have to go do any of that. I'm also never going to ask you for money. No disrespect to the people that do that. I understand that's a whole landscape in itself. It's just not my thing. There's never going to be a Discord. There's never going to be a Patreon where you can get all the picks. There's never going to be packages you can purchase ever. That's just not my thing. Again, no disrespect to the people that has built businesses doing that. They put in the work. I get it. That's just not my thing. The only way you can really show me the support is showing support, liking, subscribing, following, commenting, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. Share it with a friend. That means just as much to me. I don't really want your money. I'm here to take Vegas's money if we can. So that's that. Now let's get into these Thursday Night Football picks because I'm at like 7 minutes already. I'm going to keep this under 15 minutes, I promise. So second play I got for you guys is going to be Joe Flacco, and it's over 36.5 passing attempts. Now, I think this number is significantly low. I think I know why it's low. But here's the conundrum with this for me, and I can't figure out which side of the data I'm on, but I know I'm on this side of the data. Joe Flacco slings the football, period, point blank. Every game this year, even when he was with that other team, he has averaged 41 pass attempts a game. Last week with Cincinnati, he threw the ball 45 times. Like, it's not like you bring Joe Flacco in to hand the football off. They had guys that could do that. Last week, I think he realized, oh shit, I got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So like, let's just find ways to keep him upright and deliver the football to our playmakers. And I think they're going to continue to do that. I also think that possibly Chase Brown has a nice receiving day as well. Here's the thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, pass defense in particular, worst in the league. It's just terrible. It's just not existent. It's not there. It sounds crazy saying that about any level of defense when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it's the truth, right? I think that going into it, Flacco, if anyone else knows this about the Steelers, he's very familiar with the Steelers. He's very familiar with the defense. He knows that, they can't cover. He knows that. I think a lot of early on passing is what the game plan is probably going to be. I would get Jamar Chase involved like immediately. I do feel really good about this. I got it for minus 114 over at FanDuel. I did see a little bit better odds at some of the books that I don't play. So shop around just to make sure that you're getting the best price for it. The next one I'm going to go with is Kenneth Gainwell, and we're going to do over 2.5 receptions. Now, this one I got for minus 145 on FanDuel. That's probably about the lowest odds I'm going to go. This does have an 80% hit rate. I will be honest with you, if you do the same game parlay type stuff, this may be one you would like to add on there. The odds are a little bit lower. You can probably ladder or juice it up if you would like to. But again, he's hitting this in 80% of his games this year. I do believe that continues today. The odds are a little bit low, but I know I'm going to play it. I don't know that I'll play it by itself. I'll be honest with you guys. I do same game parlays. I don't really share them here on the show just because part of that feels a little irresponsible, and that's just like what I do for me. And if you do that for you, don't let them shame you into not doing that because I don't know, we still here to have fun, and that's what I do. So that will go into some like a same game parlay for me, but it is minus 145. If you happen to have a boost though, like any of the books that are giving out the profit boost, that might be a good thing to use a profit boost on. Next, I got T. Higgins over, I think it was 46.5 rushing yards. Jesus, that would be like plus 10,000. Over 46.5 receiving yards. I got it for minus 114 on FanDuel as well. He had 62 yards last week. I do think that's going to continue. Again, if there ever was a defense for the Cincinnati Bengals receivers to get loose on, it's this Pittsburgh Steelers secondary. That sounds so crazy to say, but that's the truth. If the Bengals can't figure it out tonight, it's officially over. It's probably over anyways. Don't get me wrong, but like, don't count out old man Joe Flacco. I will say that part. Last play I got for you guys is DK Metcalf over 62.5. I think Vegas disrespects DK. I honestly think, and this is going to sound crazy, but I think DK Metcalf is one of the underrated receivers in our league. Last week, he had 95. I think the week prior to that, he had 126. He is the downfield threat for Aaron Rodgers. So Cincinnati Bengals secondary is not much better than the Steelers. So I expect tonight these two veteran quarterbacks to take advantage of the weakness of the defenses that they're playing against. You might see, it might be an old man gunslinger showdown tonight. Yeah, I don't really know how to put that, but you might see a lot of points tonight. Tonight's football game could get really, really, really exciting just because the defenses of these two teams aren't great. Now, the offense is also not great, but I got to say that I do trust the weapons in Cincinnati. I just think they have more actual weapons than they do in Pittsburgh, which is also why I guess this is not an official play. It is. Fuck it. I'm playing. I'm letting you know now. I'm taking Cincinnati money line tonight. I think the spread is like 5.5. You can keep the points. I'm rolling with the money line tonight. I think Cincinnati gets a win tonight. I think part of that inside of me is hoping that, like, okay, here's the thing. The Aaron Rodgers rushing yards, there is a risk involved with this. So let's say first quarter, second quarter, he does take off, gets us 6 rushing yards, 8 rushing yards, something like that. And they're winning the game. There's a chance that we could get bit by the victory formation at the end. It has happened to me before, not this season, but I'm still aware of that chance. So the only reason I'm actually still taking it is, one, it was plus money, and two, I actually feel like the Bengals are going to win the game. So I don't think we're going to be in a position to get bit by the victory formation bug, but you never know. Anything can happen. So there is that. Let's do a quick rundown because I think I got 1:30 left. I might have done it today. Quick rundown. Thursday night football, play number 1, and the statistically speaking best bet for me, Aaron Rodgers over 1.5 rushing yards, plus 112 on FanDuel right now. Again, I think he is going to want to go out there and prove that I'm old, but I'm not that nigga. And that's going to be important for Aaron Rodgers, for everyone to know that. I'm hoping. Second play I got is Joe Flacco over 36.5 passing attempts. The next play I'm going to go with is Kenneth Gainwell over 2.5 receptions. Again, this is minus 145 on FanDuel is where I had it at. If you have a profit boost, use your profit boost on there and get the odds somewhat respectable. Next, I'm going with T. Higgins over 46.5 receiving yards. Got that for minus 114 as well. And then I'm ending it out with DK over 62.5 receiving yards, coming off of 95 and 126. How can I not play my boy? You know, tonight should be a good game. I don't know, man. My wife gave me the ass last night, so she's probably thinking, I'm gonna let him watch Thursday Night Football. He's probably not really gonna want to, you know what I'm saying? But depending on how this game goes, you know, if it goes how I think it's gonna go, I'm gonna be up. We're gonna win some money. I'm excited. We'll wake up. But like, I don't know. If it doesn't go the way we hoped it to go, I'm probably gonna be upset. So still probably need to just wake up. And that might actually end up being better for her, honestly. So either way, whoop-de-doo, we win.